guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today, oh my goodness, as you see in the title, we're having a wonderful kimchi soup, and this is absolutely delicious, and I love kimchi anyway. As you guys know, if you've followed me for any length of time, I've made my own, but I found, well, I found this the other day, and I got this one at Walmart. It was $4.99. Today, I was at Costco, and it was, well, that one was 14 ounces. This is 58 ounces, and it was $9.99, and it's all organic. So it's got kale, cabbage, carrots, and radish. And so it's gonna make a delicious soup. And so what you need, you're gonna need some green onions, some peppers, and I'm using Thrive red bell peppers, and it calls for a daikon radish, but I'm going to use zucchini. You can replace it with zucchini. I'm also going to throw in a jalapeno pepper, some garlic, and chicken broth here that I've got going. It's going to be delicious. So let me bring you in close so you can see what I've got going on, because it goes together super fast. And to add some protein, I'm going to put in shrimp. Some Gulf shrimp, 16, 20 count, delicious, succulent shrimp. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I've got my little chop and prep. I'm going to put, well, I've got 2 large cloves and 3 very small cloves of garlic that I've peeled. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to put the jalapeno right in there with it because I want small pieces of jalapeno. So I keep my jalapenos and my other peppers in these Fridge Smarts. Let's grab a big one. And it keeps them fresh for weeks. No wrinkly peppers here. These are the only kind of peppers I really buy, except for once in a while if I'm gonna do stuffed peppers, I do that, but right here on the front, depending on what you're putting in here, is how you set your setting for the Fridge Smart, but they're worth their weight in gold. Okay, so let's cheek the pepper. I wanna rinse it off. And because everything goes in either really clean and dry or it goes in dry and dirty. So we're going to pare off the end of the pepper, and then I just cheek it basically and leave the seeds. Ooh, this one smells so spicy. I'm excited because I think in colder weather I just love spicy food. I don't know. How about you? Are you wimpy lips or do you like spice? Anyways, leave me a comment. So I'm gonna put this in my 6.2 quart, even though I'm not doing a big batch of soup. This is gonna be for me for the next couple of days, and that's it. So we are now gonna hook this up. This is almost as much of the prep work as I need to do, so. So, it's as easy as that, and I'm all chopped. Look at that, woo! Okay, so that's ready. And if I didn't want to use all this, because I do have another dish that I kind of want some of this for, there's a seal that goes with this that I could store in the refrigerator, but I think we'll come close. So now I've got my chicken broth here. Now I'm going to get out of this one, and these green onions have been in here 2 weeks. So I'm going to use all of them because I need to re-up on the green onions. I've got my lettuce in there. The Fridge Smart will keep lettuce for over a month. So, okay. Let's get these. Now, I do wash the onions. I wash them before I put them in there because sometimes onions can be pretty dirty. I don't want it all over my other food. And then I just peel back. But onions are also easy to dry. I lay them out on a tea towel and dry them off before I put them in the Fridge Smart. And there you go. Leave them in there all together. Okay, let's get rid of this. And we'll get this all cut up. Now, you want to, when you're doing an Asian-inspired dish, I like to do it this way anyway. I like to cut the onions kind of bigger pieces and on a diagonal. So might as well, right? And these go in last as well because we don't want them all soggy and yeah, and overcooked. Okay, that'll go away. All right, so now we're gonna measure out. Let's set this aside. And we'll set that over where it's gonna go in to the pot. Okay, by the stove. All right. So now we need to get our kimchi, and I'm gonna grab my pot here. This one does not have the kale in it, and the recipe calls for kale or spinach in here. So how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna add to this, how am I gonna do this? Okay, it's gonna be messy. Maybe. We're gonna grab 1 cup of this. It calls for 3 cups of kimchi. So 1 with no kale and 2 with kale. Now I could add Thrive kale if I didn't have a kimchi that has it in there. So we're gonna go ahead with that one, and that'll help use that up. I'm gonna tell you, this one from Costco is so delicious. It's absolutely wonderful. So now we're gonna get this one. And this has, like I said, it has the carrots, the onions, the radish, and the kale, and the Napa cabbage. Or maybe it has regular cabbage. I don't know. It kind of looks like regular cabbage to me. Most of the time it's Napa cabbage. Okay, there's another cup. So that's 2 cups. And you could cut this, I mean, if I really wanted to cut this down, I could cut this recipe in half. Let's go ahead and get this. But what a great alternative to the normal cabbage soup. Because I think Freestyle Weight Watcher points, I'm gonna check it for you, but I believe it's 0 points if it's just the veggies, but I believe with the shrimp, well, it might be 0 for shrimp too. I will check though. Okay, so there's cup number 3, and I'm gonna grab a little bit of the juice that's in there. And the fermented juice, oh my gosh. It's gonna be good. Okay, let's put this away. Okay, so how many of you love kimchi? I'm gonna tell you, it's so good. It's just delicious. Look how beautiful that looks. Okay, so we're gonna grab our stock here, bouillon. I did do better than bouillon because I have a container I need to use up, but this would be a perfect spot for your bone broth. Okay, sounds good, smells good. Okay, so we're gonna add some zucchini, and I'm just gonna eyeball it. Maybe, you know, half a cup or so of the zucchini. I absolutely love Thrive zucchini. It keeps a pretty good texture. And okay, and then in this modular mate we have the red bell peppers. Same thing, we're gonna add maybe a half cup. It adds a little bit more pepper flavor, just a sweet pepper flavor. And then we'll take this to the stove. So let's give this a little bit of a stir, but look how delicious this is. It looks fantastic. Beautiful colors. Okay, I'm gonna take this over to the stove. I'm gonna add my jalapeno and my garlic. We're gonna get this simmering so I can get my shrimp peeled and deveined. Okay, look at this beautiful, beautiful soup. I am so excited about this. So next for the recipe, I'm gonna go ahead and add my jalapeno and my garlic. And I'm just gonna add a heaping, 2 tablespoons, we'll say. And I'm gonna save this for my other, well, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna save this for my other recipe. because I need it. So let's get a seal for that and get that all closed up. Okay, I'll put that over there. And then it also, the recipe calls for sesame oil and soy sauce. Now, I like sesame oil. I'm going to add a whole tablespoon. It only calls for like a quarter of a teaspoon or something. This, I did look it up. This soup is going to be 1 point per cup. If you do the quarter teaspoon, but that isn't even enough to flavor the soup. So we're going to say this soup might be 2 points a cup with the soy sauce and the shrimp and the oil. So now 1, 2 heaping tablespoons of soy sauce, and I used low sodium. Look at that pretty, it's so pretty. I'm gonna get a tasting spoon really quick because I'm not adding my shrimp yet, but I wanna make sure my broth has the right profile. Absolutely wonderful. Oh my gosh, that is delicious. Okay, and you can see this is a pretty hearty soup. So you could add, if you were not carb conscious, you can add glass noodles to this. You can, I mean, there's tons of ways to have this. I just really love this recipe, so I want to make sure that you guys get a look at that. And you could add Chinese 5-spice, all those things, but let's just let this come up to a simmer, and then we'll add our shrimp, and I'm doing a whole pound of shrimp, and then at the last minute our green onions, and we're ready to serve. You could top it with some little wonton crisps. Okay, so we have simmer, and it smells amazing in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my shrimp. Now I've got a pound of peeled and deveined Gulf shrimp, 16-20 count, so they're nice and big. And oh, this is gonna be so good. Like I said, you could serve this right over top of some glass noodles. Those shrimp won't take any time at all. As soon as they start curling and they're pink, I am going to cut the heat off, and I probably will cut the heat off anyway here pretty quick. I don't want this overcooked. And then we'll dish up a bowl and call it delicious. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yes. So there you go, guys. I'll meet you at the counter for a taste test. Also, my green onions, or my scallions, are going to go in, you know, towards the end here. I don't want them in just yet, but I will put those in at the end as well. So, and then I'll meet you at the counter where I can give you a taste test. Oh yeah, see, the shrimp are already turning pink and curling up. Just beautiful. All right, let's do this. Okay guys, I think it's cooled down enough that I can taste it and give you a taste test. I'm super excited. It smells divine. And if you love Asian-inspired foods, ooh, you might really like this soup. It's soup weather, and it's time to shed some pounds, right? So the background of spice from the kimchi, and it wasn't a spicy kimchi, but you get that background just back here. And the chicken broth, it's rich. The veggies add to that broth. I better have a shrimp. I absolutely love this. This is a great alternative to the normal cabbage soup, which I like, but I get tired of it pretty quickly. And this is something you can have for, well, you can leave out the shrimp and the oil, and it's probably free. But okay, I'm just gonna tell you, it's on my favorites list. I promise you, if you make this, you will not be disappointed. A lot of you that follow me do the recipes that I show you, and most of them are my own. This one happens to not be my own. I did tweak it a little bit, so sometimes you just tweak it and make it your own, and it's okay. So anyway, but absolutely wonderful. Let me know in the comments below if you would like something like this. It's not overly spicy. In fact, I could add a little red pepper flakes and give it some heat, and I'd be just as happy, but it is delicious, healthy, and full of comfort. So, all right guys, don't forget, I've got links below, up above, and in the description box for you to go shop for anything that I might have used here today, and it's free to look. All right, and I appreciate your support.